chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls. Whether the narcissist is aware of God or not, or the universe, or any kind of form of spirituality, okay, you have to understand that when the relationship is over, okay, they know that you are a being of light, to say the least. Just the same way as you are going through your journey of encountering evil, okay? Many of you woke up to narcissistic abuse from this specific narcissist. Many of you woke up to narcissistic abuse, woke up to the evil in the world. This is the same as them going through the process of realizing you're a being of light. This is what's often not brought to your attention, okay? People fail to realize this is what's happening. Just like, even if you base it down to a psychological level where people are talking about opposite sides of the spectrum and stuff like that, well, then that entails you going through your process of realizing the deviancy and the evil in the world, and them going through a process, and them going through a process and realizing the light that you withhold within inside yourself, okay? And the more spiritually attuned narcissist will realize that they know they're well out of the path of God, the divine path, or the universe, whatever you want to call it, right? They know they're out of that, they're out of sync with that path. And after the relationship ends, that's why they can't let go. They realize that for a moment, they were on that divine path. For a moment. It's not you. God's guiding you. The universe is guiding you. You're flowing. I'm not saying you're perfect. You make mistakes. You're not, what's that saying? Those without sin cast the first stone and all of that. You're not perfect. That's not what a chosen one, empath, and genuine soul is all about. But you're on a path, a divine path, and there is struggles. It's not all sunshine and rainbows and peaches and cream. But the narcissist, when the relationship's over, they are aware and going through a process of realizing and comprehending that they were aligned on that divine path for a moment in time when they were with you. They're aware of that now. That's the whole process they're going through. People like to make you think that they just go on to other people and everything's fine. This is why the breakup is just as hard for them as it is for you. It's always kind of portrayed that the chosen one, empath, and genuine soul is the loser and things like that, right? And really, the narcissist, after this experience, they realize, oh my God, I encountered the light and I lost. That's what the narcissist feels like. Yes, the narcissist might have deceived you. Yes, the narcissist might have cheated on you. Yes, the narcissist might have abandoned you or ghosted you and had their moment of glory. But you are the one that shines. They don't stay lit up. How can I put it? They don't stay with the same energy once you're out of their lives, right? It's almost like, when you understand the vocabulary behind narcissism, supply, God is isolating that supply, shutting off that supply, keeping you hidden from them, keeping you away from them. This takes a big impact. And for that to happen, you had to go through, because obviously the human, right? The human, the chosen one, the empath, the genuine soul, and all humans have finite minds in comparison to God. So you were being steadily guided to this awakening. And God isolated your supply, cut your supply off. This is a spiritual battle. Alright? It's a spiritual battle. And God cut off the supply source, which is you, cut off the energy that they was getting, and they feel like they realize that you are a being of light. And when they're like, it's blatantly obvious, right? This is what happens, right? It's not blatantly obvious, but it's quite obvious that when you understand that a narcissist lives their life to gain supply, and you're coming with more than just supply, you're coming with your energy, your aura, your ethics, your morals, your decency. You stand out from the crowd, right? You might be hidden, people don't notice you, but really you're very different from a lot of people, and you are in that life. They're like, shit, you know. And some of them, the more spiritually attuned ones, will be like, all right, that was a chosen one, you know, like that was a chosen one. You see, chosen ones are not how can I put it? Chosen ones, empaths, that you can't just see them with your eyes. There's not like a glowing light or a halo above their heads, so you can say, oh, that's a chosen one. But like the impact you leave on the life of the narcissist, same way the evil leaves an impact on you. All right, this is the opposite end of the spectrum thing that I'm talking about. All right, same way it leaves an impact on you, you leave an imprint and an impact and a deep impression on them for their journey afterwards. And then that's them coming to terms with your loss. All right, so you just got to see that this was a spiritual battle. All right, they're aware now. They're aware who you are. Okay, don't ever let people. Don't ever let the antics that they do after they play. Look, you know the performance. All of you collectively, right? Even if this is your first time here on the channel, right? You all know that Narcissist put on a very good performance at misleading you, at deceiving you, at like leading you far away from the truth. You all know that. Like that is a fundamental, right? You all know that. You don't need me for that knowledge. You know that from your experience. So if you know that they do this, then it's the same way if they was able to gaslight you, manipulate you, and do this stuff when you was in person in front of them, they're able to do this through silence and at a distance through a digital portal to their life on their social media or walking past your window. You know, social media is just a digital window. Even if they're walking past your window or walking past your street or walking past your car, that's a window. You see what I'm saying? You're seeing into their world. You've got to look beneath the veil because you have it within you as a chosen one, empath, and genuine soul, not to follow what everyone is saying. All right, this is more than just a personality disorder, right? This is more than just this. People are putting it in the comment section on the other channel about like DSM-5 or some. This is the I can't remember because they use it. It's the it's the book or whatever that they use to signify if you're a narcissist. If you're displaying these symptoms for more than a certain period, then you're a narcissist, and you only have to have 5 out of 9 and all this stuff, right? Like, it's a lot deeper than what, like, how can I put it? Science and stuff, right? Science is a beautiful thing, right? I'm not knocking science, right? But they're analyzing it, or psychology is analyzing it from a perspective like they don't really understand the mind. Forget narcissism for a moment. Forget narcissism and all personality disorders and everything like that. They don't really understand the mind. Even when they give you medications, okay, they don't really know why it works. And there's trial and error. Like, they still don't understand the mind. And the mind, the human mind, is finite in comparison to God Almighty, the source, the universe. It's you see what I mean, right? So they're looking a lot at the narcissist actions in this 3D realm. They're looking at a lot at these actions by the narcissist. That's what they're studying, their behaviors, their actions in the 3D realm. But when you understand that a narcissist at the core of them is very inauthentic, is very vulnerable, is very fragile, has an inferiority complex, all right, and you can find this information out from other sources, but they do have an inferiority complex. You can see it from your own experience, right? You come home and say, I got a pay rise, they'll be in competition with you. Like, this is how it is, okay? They're always in competition with you. They're always displaying a false self. They're always displaying a false self. So you can't, when they're displaying a false self, you can't have an assessment of their actions and behaviors, because that's not their true, authentic self, their real self, the core of them, who they are. Okay, so this is why you and if you embrace them talking about it's on a spectrum, okay, if you embrace that them talking it's on a spectrum, empaths and a narcissist are opposite, then what they display is going to be opposite. What they display in the 3D realm is going to be opposite from what's going on in their heart, mind, and soul. That's why they can be around someone for 20 years, misleading them, gaslighting them, confusing them, and they can be so close to you because they're so detached from their real self. All right. So looking at it as opposite end of the spectrum, they're going to be doing things that you wouldn't do. All right. So if you listen, if you're getting information like a narcissist after a breakup, people are judging it, engaging it, saying, "Oh, it's not hard on them. That it hasn't had a profound impact on them, Zion, because they've gone on with someone the next day, or the next week, or the next month, or whatever. Right? They've rushed on very quickly. You haven't, like, they're doing the opposite. You can't look at it from your perspective. If you're saying these are very different individuals from a psychological aspect, forget spirituality for a moment. If you're saying they're very different individuals from you, then you can't base their actions the same way. They do things oppositely. They're the opposite end of the spectrum, okay? Right? So when you add in a layer, a whole rabbit hole of darkness and light, God, the devil, the universe, right? Empaths, chosen ones. When you add in this layer, you'll realize that narcissists are going through their own grief after the relationship ends in their own way. They deal with things in their own way, right? Because they do tick along, they do get by, right? But they're dealing with things in their own way. So that's how they cope. That's how they cope with loss. That's how they process their emotions. That's how they need other supplies. They need to function in this way. But there's nothing, there's nothing out there, factually that proves. There's nothing factually that proves that narcissists are not going through their own grief about seeing the light, realizing that they were on a divine path. All right. Some narcissists that didn't believe in nothing, all right, may actually try get into spirituality, get into religion, get closer to God, have a link with their maker, the source. Like, they may actually try and do that after encountering you, because it's very rare, but like, it's possible. And I think that's necessarily like who you were. You were like mercy to their lives. All right. Did they realize it throughout the whole relationship? No. It's only after. Okay. So the narcissist can't let go. All right. All right. Simple. All right. I'm going to say something quite A narcissist will have sex with another person to get over you. Okay? And even regular people do that. Okay? If a narcissist will have sex with another person to get over you, they'll enmesh themselves in a new person's life, a new supply, to get over you. This is, you understand, you can't look at this from a perspective of someone like yourself, right? Because you wouldn't do that. So to you, and to, not to you, because I think you know, but to many people, even people that are coaching, right, or giving information on YouTube, or doctors, they'll assess that and say, oh, the narcissist moves on quickly, they don't care, that's linked to their empathy, they don't have no feelings, they don't have, but they have self-absorbed regret, self-absorbed remorse, feeling sorry for themselves. They feel like that, and they're jealous of your light, they're envious of your light. Okay, they like, the thing, maybe I should stop using the word victim, all right, but they're coining all narcissists. It's not taken as seriously as what narcissistic abuse does to an individual, but they're coining all the victims as the same, all right? Okay, coining them all the same. They're coining all the victims the same, and I don't want you to get into the habit of coining yourself as the same or less than these other suppliers. Now, it's not thinking you're better, right? It's not being egotistical, but it's having an awareness and a knowing that you are different, you are a being of light, and there's a lot of toxicity in the world, because this experience that you've had has birthed that. This breakup that's had has birthed that. Okay, it's actually a blessing that comes from the relationship ending with the narcissist. You know more, and you'll see a lot of toxic people out there in all aspects of life, all pursuits of life. You'll see narcissists and toxic individuals. So when you're aware of that, you're going through your own journey, all right, discovering more narcissists, waking up, going through this grieving process, going through the healing journey, going through that. Their healing journey is going with another person, having sex with another person, getting married, having children, rushing on. Like, that's their process of trying to heal. Okay? And it's very simple that too many lovers in one lifetime ain't good for you. All right? And it's certainly not good for you. Like I don't know how any of you, like, even if you've got no knowledge of narcissism, you've got no knowledge of any spirituality, or you don't like spirituality, or you don't believe in God, or whatever, someone that goes with someone very quickly in dating terms after is called a rebound. So I don't understand why. It's not your fault. Some of you get hurt. Like, there's a lot of information out there is making you hurt, right? But it's a rebound. As simple as I can put it. I know this is the spiritual channel. I've gone a bit, I'm talking. I'm just trying to paint a picture to you to try and understand the spiritual warfare that's taking place. Okay? Understand the spiritual warfare that's taking place. But no rebound, okay? No rebound that a narcissist who monkey branch to is going to top what you offered, okay? They're not, like, a narcissist will try to take what you gave them, okay, and they'll try and project that into someone else, try and reinvent you in this new person. All right, that's what they'll do. All right, they want to feel that. That's the closest thing they're gonna get to feeling what it's like to be on that divine path when they walked with you. All right, and they're going through their own process of grief and their own process of trauma and their own process. And I'm not talking trauma about childhood or anything like that. They're going through trauma and collapses from realizing and comprehending finally that they were on the divine path with you. Okay, so this is much a spiritual battle for them as a spiritual battle for you. It is a spiritual battle. Okay, the good versus the evil, the light versus the dark, positive versus the negative, the chosen one, empath, genuine soul versus the narcissist. All right, it's a spiritual battle. Okay, that's what's taking place, and it's hard for them. They can't let go of this. All right, when you understand that their pursuit with these new people is because they can't let go of you. Like, that's seeing beneath the veil. When you can comprehend that their pursuit of sleeping with someone else is to somehow stay connected with you, is to somehow, they can't let go, so they're wrestling, they're going through their own journey, okay, trying to cope, trying to get through day-to-day life, okay. So you leave a real surreal impact and impression on their mind, heart, and soul, okay. And like I said, they only realize after. So don't none of you try and tell them this information. They're not going to admit it. They're going to gaslight you. Know this information for your knowing and awareness. Okay? I just want you to have a knowing and an awareness so you can see clearly at the picture. Okay? Detach from the emotional side of things. Alright? And too much of this, what's the word I'm looking for? This agenda where the narcissist is this, untouchable person that can't be hurt and can't be troubled. Like, they're deeply troubled. All right. And they're deeply going through their own version of grief in their own way, because they're opposite sides of the spectrum, in complete opposite to the way you're going through it. But they're going through their own grief and they're trying to cope with it. You might take a hot bath, take a hot shower, light some candles, do some healing, light some candles, have a bath, I don't know, make a cup of tea, right? Relax, learn. They're gonna try and enmesh themselves in someone else's life, distract themselves off lust, and try and distract themselves off all negative frequency, low vibrational things. Like I said, it's very rare, but it's possible that a narcissist might actually awaken and try and attempt to follow a path of light, because they realize that that's after they've gone through their whole monkey branch journey and shit. But they'll realize that to get this being of light, this divine path, they need to enrich their souls, and it's the closest thing they'll get to being back with you. But do they change? Rarely, less than rarely. All right, it's difficult for them to change. They've learned all these behaviors. It's instilled in them. It's the way they think. All right. So just understand, the narcissist can't let go. It's a spiritual battle, not a breakup. And they encountered the light, your light, and they lost. And they're going through their process of grief. So anyway, thanks for listening today. I really appreciate the support. Please book a session if you'd like to. You may donate or support to the channel if you want to. Check out the main channel for more content. My podcast is now on Spotify. All links you need are in the description box below. If you would like access to over 100 exclusive videos, daily uploads and custom video requests, join my membership program at zionmembership.com. Links also in the description box below. There's a 3-day free trial and you can cancel at any time. All content is made by me with no ties to any organisation or university. Your support truly keeps us going. I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.